to Bahrain. I think that's a frustrating thing from Japan's perspective. They'll see it as giving presents away to the opposition rather than them being put under a pressure. In the group stages, they had some difficulties, they had some issues, but it seems like they are coming into a nice run of form, a nice little rhythm, and Moriyasu perhaps having a clearer idea of what he wants from his team in terms of the lineup, in terms of the players he's put out there. But that goalkeeper there is a little bit of a concern. He's stuck with him, and we'll go through the lineups a little bit later on, Trevor. But yes, that is a concern, wanting to focus on keeping out the opposition.
Teams on their way out, as you can see, and as Roshan mentioned, Japan did stutter momentarily in the group when they lost to Iraq, but they look to be right back on track against such a resilient Iranian side who played with 10 men for the whole of extra time against Syria and then came through in a penalty shootout. Stand by then for the two national anthems. Terrific atmosphere inside Education City. Plenty of supporters from both nations. And we saw them arriving very, very early too. So much expectation. Well, the Iran coach, Galanoy, says this match would have graced the final. Bayron Barnes, rated one of Asia's best keepers ever, and two veteran fullbacks in Rezayan and the recalled Mohammadi. Their battles with Japan's wide men could be key. Saeed Ezzatolahi will sit in front and protect, and expect to see Jehan Barch looking to raid down the flank on the right-hand side. In the absence of suspended star man Mehdi Taremi, it's Omar Ebrahimi coming in to support Azmoun up front. A lot of pressure on Sada Azmoun. Taro Endo is the Japanese captain. New skipper actually for Iran today. Jehan Bosch gets the armband. There he is. That's because Haji Safi not playing. The man in charge is Manin from China. Players have been warned, 4 red cards in his last 8 games, the Chinese official. Teacher in a technical college, and he doesn't stand any nonsense, clearly. VAR, of course, is in operation, alongside our special offside technology as well. Well, Japan boss Hajime Moriyasu keeps faith with keeper Suzuki, despite the error that led to Bahrain's goal in the round of 16. It's a defence yet to keep a clean sheet in the tournament. Nakayama replaced by Ito at left back. Endo will sit just in front and protect, and an enforced change in front of him with Reo Hatate ruled out of the rest of the tournament through injury. Morita's a straight swap, and despite an impressive cameo from the bench, Mitoma stays as a sub. Daisen Maeda, though, comes into the side There you see him, number 25. These two teams have won this competition 7 times between them. But Iran have to go all the way back to 1976 to find the last time that they lifted the trophy. They've actually reached the quarterfinals for the 8th successive Asian Cup round, but they've only won 1 of the last 4 matches they've played in the last 8. Japan have now made the quarters in 9 straight Asian Cups. They've only lost 2 of the previous 8. Perfectly set up then. And we are just about to get the countdown as the clock ticks round towards 2:30 local time. So away we go with Japan, the tournament favourites, all in blue, attacking the goal away to our left. We would expect them to have the lion's share of possession, but as we've mentioned, Iran are so resilient. Going to be tough, potentially, for Moriyasu's side to break them down.
Just looking at the lineups for both these sides, and I think there's an element of respect. Omid Ibrahimi coming into central midfield, and he'll play in more of that defensive midfield role alongside Saeed Estelahi, already putting in a crunching challenge on Daisen Maeda.
Yeah, it's been a very physical first half a minute, hasn't it? They're getting out of their systems here, I reckon, as Kubo prepares to take the game's first free kick, and it's a semi-threatening position, this. If he could whip this in somewhere around about the penalty spot, with the likes of Tomiyasu, who's up from the back to run onto. There you see number 22 just behind Endo. They might get some dividends here. Just outside the working with intent is Dawan. Early test then for Iran, as Kubo left-footed really get the trajectory that he wanted. Scooped back in by Makoma. Dawan couldn't win it in the air, not really his forte, to be fair. And away comes Mohammadi for Iran.
Well, there's freshness for Iran down that left-hand side in Milad Mohammadi and Mohebi. The two of them will give them pace and power. Haj Safi, I don't think is quite fit enough to start this one. They've gone with the Mohammadi, who'll give them that freshness down that side of the pitch. Not too many minutes on there. Mike Kuma as well has been a player for Japan who loves to get forward into advanced areas. So I think that's been perhaps on Galanoi's mind in terms of making sure that he's got a player in there, Mohebi, who can work hard defensively as well, which is not something that Mehdi Gaedi will perhaps be able to give him, that physicality and that defensive work rate. And that's perhaps why he's gone with Mohebi down the left-hand side.
We saw in Japan's round of 16 match against Bahrain, they love to ping it around, short passing game. In fact, 3-1, rather flattered Bahrain. It could have been 6 or 7. Certainly in the latter stages, Japan had any number of good chances. By then, the game was effectively already won. All the way back to Suzuki. It's a big day for him. High-profile error in that match against Bahrain. He doesn't really have too much choice, though, Moriyasu. He's not got an experienced regular keeper.
Yeah, he doesn't have, and I think perhaps question marks about whether he selected the correct goalkeepers in terms of the profile for the squad overall, but this is what he's got. I think there's a regeneration in place in the goalkeeping department for Japan, and he's keeping his faith with Suzuki, essentially having to say, this is what we got to go with, this is the little bit of pain we have to deal with, and it's down to Zion Suzuki to show that he can learn from his errors and try and build up that confidence. I just want to also mention, down this left-hand side of the pitch, you've got Daisen Maeda coming up against Ramin Rezayan, and that race is going to be very, very interesting.
Maeda actually did very well to keep that in and win effectively Japan a throw on this near side. To Ito, playing left back today. Maybe somewhat surprising selection. Here's a man on the ball now, Tomiyasu, who plays centre back for his country, left back for Arsenal in the English Premier League. And that was Tomiyasu. albeit it's come at a cost. He's down injured.
Both players having to really go for that. Asmoon, there's no malice behind this at all. Just a little bit late from Sardar Asmoon. But yeah, you just have a look at the selection as well for Japan down the left-hand side with Hiroki Ito and Daisen Maeda. Again, freshness down that side of the pitch. Ito is a player who can be very comfortable, or is very comfortable playing in central defence, can do a job for them down the left-hand side. But I think that's, again, another sign of the respect for the quality that the opposition have. And in central midfield with Morita and Endo just holding with that double pivot. Morita at times will be the player allowed to progress forward. But I think Morita would have started anyway, even if Hatate had been fit, just because of his qualities in terms of breaking up the opposition attacks in those areas of the park. Doesn't quite have the dynamism of Hatate, but he gives them a little bit more security in defensive midfield. Moharami at right back, a big miss as well for Iran, especially up against the pace and power of Daisen Maeda.
All the way back from Ito, who plays in the Bundesliga at Stuttgart. Waiting underneath it was Rezayan to clear. Japan have won it back now. They are tigerish when they don't have the ball. Try and win it back very quickly. An excellent press under Oriyasu. He's been in charge for around about 5.5 years now. There's Anna Galanoi, who said in the build-up to this match, he said there's 80 million people following this game back home, and considering the Iranian population is only about 90 million, just about everyone will be crowded around their TV sets watching this. This is Endo for Japan. It's like a little feeling out exercise here in the first 5 or 6 minutes.
Asmoon leaves another late challenge in, and I think this time around that one's a little bit naughty, and the referee is going to have a word. Very late there. Back of Morita.
Yeah, he knew the ball had gone. Decided to put a mark on his man anyway. And that's a final warning from Marning. He says that's 2. Next time, caution.
So saw Tomiyasu go straight up to the referee. Just to have a word, make sure he had his input.
Yeah, suggesting maybe he should have gone to his top pocket then and there. Anyhow, he hasn't. Tomiyasu will take this free kick for Japan. Shot from very, very long way out. Takuma, I think it was. Moriyasu applauds, maybe more the intent than the execution.
Takura just stepping forward from that defensive line. You know they have quality to hit them from range. So Maikuma with his effort rushing off the frame of the goal, and Japan putting the rebound away. So Iran as well will know that they can't afford to drop off too deep. Can't leave spaces open in the midfield, because Japan will be quite happy to have a go from distance.
It's Morita. Ito. Support from Maeda. Just let that get away from him a fraction. Jahan Bash had it taken off him, and here's Endo for Japan. Nicely done. No free kick though. Referee was very close to that. Doan missed the challenge. And just for a minute, it looked as though Iran might have a chance to break. They've got the free kick. And Doan may be a little fortunate not to be carded for that.
He did very well there, Ritsu Doan. He knew he was in trouble, and he knew he had to just chase back and try and halt that attack. There was a chance for Iran to spring forward quickly. They've got good power and pace up front, Iran, with Mohebi, Asmoon, Can Bakci and Odus joining in the attack as well. Odus will just be playing in behind Asmoon in support. He's spoken about how much he's enjoying his football under Galanoi.
Just managed to keep that in play, Mohebi. Bit of space if they can find Jahan Bash. In fact, it's gone over him to Rezayan. Dangerous ball in that. Not exactly textbook defending, but it got the job done from Tomiyasu.
That was good from Ramin Rezaian, giving Daizen Maeda something to think about going the other way.
That looked like a shove from Maikuma. And indeed it was. So here's a free kick for Iran in a dangerous position if they can whip this in with a bit of pace on the ball. Goose looks like the man who's going to have that responsibility, and they've got 6 in white waiting in the penalty area. Japan with everyone back to defend this free kick. Some big men as well. There's a Toller here for one. Number 6 in there.
I'm going to say as well very quickly that's why Hiroki Ito is there as well, giving them an advantage with his height.
Goose with the free kick. Pretty well defended that by Japan, and that will be a free kick. First 10 minutes or so being punctuated by fouls. It was O'Deuce who took down Kubo.
He moves it so well. That's Nusa Kubo.
Wasn't the prettiest tackle either, was it? Seen Marning before, booked players for less.
He's looking quite relaxed so far, the referee, and I think he understands as well the occasion. Based on the evidence of the opening few minutes or so, he knows just how big of a match this is.
Might be a bit like London buses though. Once we get one, we might get a spate for them because he'll kind of feel like he's got to be consistent anyhow. We don't want anyone carded. They're checking for a possible penalty here.
Wow, I didn't see anything in real time, but VAR obviously has picked something out.
Must have been when that free kick came in, was it? I'm guessing.
Didn't look like a very good free kick played in at all from Kudus, but don't know, did they spot an arm in the area? No. There we go. Check complete.
No problems. Itakura. Here's Endo. He just played it too far ahead of Morita. Will be relatively satisfied so far. Japan yet to have a serious opportunity. Endo's interception. It's intended for Maeda. He won't get there. They've had much the better of the recent encounters, Japan, even though in the previous 18 meetings it's 6 wins apiece and 6 draws. But Japan have won 6 of the last 7 against the Iranians. Haven't lost to them, actually, for nearly 20 years. Very close in the world rankings, actually. It's interesting. Japan ranked 17th and Iran 21st, according to FIFA.
Well, I think to me, when you look at these two nations, and I'll come back to it after this attack.
Yeah, it was charged down. The attempt for abuse, but they got it back, and the trot wasn't too far over the top. Just for a minute, Suzuki was concerned by Jahanbakhsh's effort.
Nicely picked up that second ball there, Ibrahimi, and that's exactly what he's there to do. Just keep it simple, played it on to Estelahi, picked out Jahanbakhsh, and they know that's a weak point. That's why they're trying to test Suzuki early on.
Yeah, I think corners are going to be a big test for Suzuki. Iran haven't had one yet.
Obviously been told to try and test out the goalkeeper as much as they possibly can in this one.
Alizada. Yeah, we said, didn't we, during the Bahrain match, that anyone watching that were in Japan's half of the draw would be taking notes. It looks like they've taken some very serious ones. Morita. Again.
Just to go back very quickly to the point I was trying to make earlier, when you look at these two countries and the development systems, the development structures, I feel like Iran have actually, over the last few years or so, punched well above their weight.
This is Doan, that's nicely done. Ross didn't really match the approach play, and it's cleared by Mohammadi. Just a hint there that Japan were able to get round the back.
Well, Zadeh has gone down. He's clutching his ankle. But yeah, you mentioned the rankings and how close they are. And really, for all the issues, the development of football in the Islamic Republic of Iran, all the issues that they've had, that they're still capable of qualifying for World Cup, still producing such fantastic players who are able to go into Europe and play at a good level. It speaks a lot of the quality of the people, of the players coming through in that regard. Lots of structure, lots of stability when it comes to Japanese football, and you can see them reaping that reward. And so for me, that we have Iran here able to go toe-to-toe with Japan almost, I think it speaks volumes.
Yeah, 6-time World Cup finalist Iran, never got beyond the group stage. In charge, it's Kubo, took a couple to stop him, and he might need a moment here. Got a whack in the face, I think, inadvertently in that challenge.
It was Ibrahimi.
Yeah.
It's one of those, it's a natural motion. Really, there's no swing of the arm, he's just going to close down and take it away from Kubo. And he's there to apologize, it's a purely accidental one. No surprise really to see Ibrahimi in the starting lineup here, especially in that role that he's been put in. They've had to manage his minutes.
Ito's header. Came off the fullback again for an Iranian throw. 16 minutes gone, 0-0 here. Still kind of sparring with each other. Plenty of noise from both sets of fans inside the ground. Gergenbosch is going to go long with the throw here, presumably. Signal to someone. Plenty of height on it, they got the first flick. Well defended by the Japanese. Good clear it, Narita. Don't really need a second invitation to shoot. It was Ezetoli, who's only got one goal in 65 internationals.
Well, look at the pressing here from Iran. Quick to counter press. The moment they lost it, straight away looking to stop that transition. Attempt from Japan. Opened up an opportunity for Estelahi to have a shot. You expect Suzuki to save those. Not enough power on it.
Eventually scored one goal. He scored his only international goal when he was 19. He's 27 now, so he's probably due another one anytime soon.
He's a very good player, Estelahi. He's very calm and composed in central midfield. He's that player that you give it to and he'll push diagonal passes out into wider spaces. Very intelligent with his passing. As we have a look at Bilal Mohammadi, just go through the back of Ritsu Doan. I think Estelahi is, in terms of his individual development, when he first came through, we're thinking that maybe followers of Iranian football were thinking that maybe he'd be the next Nekunam, but he's had his issues and some injury concerns along the way. Still, such a very good footballer. And he's just there trying to protect that back line as well without the ball. Iran just sitting back in this mid-block.
Just about kept in play by Maeda. Once again, Iran have forced Japan back. They are pressing very high up the pitch. Whether Japan will be able to play beyond the pressure as they try to do, but in the end, falls back again. This is Tomiyasu. With Kubo available on the left, here he is. Maeda's taking up a more central position. Kubo to Maikuma. Now Ito. To Maeda. Just lost his balance rather as he took possession there, and that's why it was easily taken from him. Referee happy there was no foul. Maeda. Doan trying a little flick. Well, Iran haven't cleared their lines though. Doan again. There's a deflection on that, and it will be a corner kick.
Wow, excellent play from Japan as well. The pace at which they were moving the ball along. One-touch football, impossible to defend against these combinations. And then again, when they lost it, just swarming around those Iranian players, making it difficult for them to clear their lines. Opening up an opportunity for a shot.
I think the appeal for handball and a penalty was a tad optimistic. He hit the Iranian on the shoulder. However, it is a corner. Which Takefusa Kubo will take. This time it's Iran's turn to have everyone back to defend it. Yes. Luan getting Ito. Possession here. That's a really good cross too from the left back. And they could all stay up there. It's another corner.
It's another very good combination from Japan. This time down the left-hand side. Iran looking to be very compact, very narrow in their defensive shape, and the block that will leave spaces open out in the wider areas of the pitch. You can see as Maeda just dropped into that half space, had two defenders along with him, played a quick pass out to Ito.
Kubo to take Japan's second corner. Neither of them have been particularly threatening. Morita lobs it back in. Bit of an up and under. There's an infringement in there. It's going to be a free kick for Iran.
Stalahi taking a little bit of a knock. The flag has gone up for offside as it comes back in. But the sort of game I think we expected here. Japan to have a lot of the possession. Iran quite happy just to be compact, narrow, and to protect the spaces in between the lines. But when it does go out wide, that's when they perhaps have got to be a little bit quicker. And Japan will know those are areas that they can use to try and exploit.
Tomiyasu's header. Rita. No man did enough in the challenge. No free kick though. But now it has been given. I think the referee just waiting to see if there was going to be an advantage accruing. There wasn't. So he's given the free kick for Japan.
The atmosphere here is incredible as well. There's a wall of noise. Both sets of fans.
Yeah, close contest on the pitch and off it as well. Here's Tomiyasu. So Anne happy to come short. Morita for Ito. Interesting that Doan and Maeda kind of swapping a little bit. Sometimes we see Maeda going central, starting pretty much predominantly down the left.
Well, that's the mobility that they have in that forward line. We've seen it from them across the competition. The likes of Kubo and Doan just swapping roles, swapping positions at times as well. You've got Kubo now stretching the pitch out on the right-hand side. So they're very comfortable playing in different areas out on the field. There's Kubo. Iran are doing well so far with their aggression without the ball. The pressing is very good, closing off those passing channels into central areas of the pitch.
Yeah, they're keeping Japan at range. This is Itakura. So well organised, Iran. Wall of four, then a wall of three, then three more. Hard to break down. Ueda here has hardly had a touch so far. The man with 4 tournament goals. Here's Kubo. Oh, nearly managed to thread it through. Typical Japan attack. It was Makuma who was up in a really advanced position. That's going to be a free kick, and this might be the game's first yellow card. Indeed it is.
Good play. Very good play from Mohebi. He's taken a bit of criticism on social media for his performance in the last outing against Syria, but I said that was a yellow card for Itakura as we see it there, but the reason why he's been brought in is for his power and his work rate. We saw it just there, helping out defensively, dropping back along with Milan Mohammedi.
Tell you what, the NFL will be after him with blocks like that. Exactly what he was doing. Can't really argue with the caution. Not one of those on a yellow card. Endo, by the way, is on a yellow card, and there's no moratorium on cards until we get to the semi. So if Endo is booked, he will miss the semi-final if Japan get there. Something to watch out for. Several Iranian players also in a similar position as Tomiyasu knocks it out of play.
Absolutely the correct call by the referee. To book Itakura. Mohebi had just touched it past him. There was lots of space to run into.
So here's another long throw opportunity for Jepang. Threw the last one a long way. This time it's the little sucker to go short. It wasn't played back in, although another opportunity. That was poor ball really from Hossein. He is going to go long. Jepang is being told exactly where he has to throw it from. Something's attracted the attention of Marni. Player down in the box. See how that happened actually.
It's one of those things that go on off the ball. In these set piece situations, Kanadi saying that he was just in the way of a movement he was trying to make. Let's have a look at that. It's just, come on. I mean, there's an arm there from Kanadi, but there's really not enough at all for Tomiyasu to go down that way. It's really exaggerating the contact.
We've just had the Oscars, haven't we? Last month. So Jepang eventually is going to get to take this throw. No problems there for Japan, and there haven't really been, he hasn't been called upon yet, so he can make any kind of a save. Mind you, nor has Band at the other end. It's pretty much cancelling each other out at the moment. I'll tell you what, there's a few challenges flying in on the far side there. Very keen, Deuce. He's saying, not me. Butter wouldn't mount, would it?
Well, they have to do this. They have this. He's just gone right through both of them.
You don't often see the meat trying to get into the sandwich, do you?
Well, they have to be, and I think their aggression has been spot on here so far. Iran.
It's Morita. No time at all to turn for Ueda. They're keeping very close tags. Here's Morita though. It's opened up. Keep another piece of it, but not enough of it. And out of nothing really, Japan have the lead, and it was pretty much all Hidemasu Morita's own work. The middle, right through the heart of that Iranian defence, and all of a sudden he was one-on-one with Band and made absolutely no mistake.
Wow, Morita, what a goal! Look at the way they work that space. He just touched on. It's a give and go. His run is not tracked. Out from out wide, was that Estelahi? Trying to see, yes it was Estelahi initially with Morita, who just wanted this so much more. Gets a bit fortunate there with the finish. It's not a great attempt at a finish, but he's done enough to get it past Beranvan, who's lying down, going with his legs, falling backwards. He probably has to do better, the goalkeeper. But the give and go. Morita with the pass in field. And then Estelahi just lets him go, lets him run inside. Breaking that defensive block and that defensive shape. And now it's Iran who have to respond, who have to change their style and their approach.
28 minutes gone, 1-0 Japan. I think it was certainly a miscue from Morita. I think the goalkeeper was actually trying to sort of get it with his studs that end up coming off part of his shin, I think. And that's why it just looped off his leg and rather tamely into the net. So, Iran playing catch-up. This might change their tactics a little bit. That's a nice ball. The shot needed clearing was right in front of the goalkeeper. The effort coming in from Azmoun. Good response from Iran.
Just going up there. Oof, it's a very close one. I think had that actually ended up in goal, that would have been given.
Well, definitely would have been reviewed, wouldn't it? As you say, it looked like he might have been in line, but as it didn't end up in the net, no problem. Zito. It was not what he intended. On the turn, but heavy. Pursued by Ueda. And they've lost it, and now Japan can surge forward, or they should have done. Not the best control from Mayasu Ueda there. Unlike him, given a really good total, 4 goals he's got. Just think the game might open up a little bit more now, Roshan, with that Japanese goal. Iran have to be a bit more progressive.
That's right, and we're already seeing them, go with the higher starting position, a higher defensive line here, pressing high up against Japan. And we're also seeing from Japan just how hard they work off the ball. We're often talking about Japan and how good they are technically, how brilliant they are to watch in possession, but also without it, they are brilliant as well. And that's why they're such a top side, because there's so much hard work that goes into it when they don't have it as well. Whether it's counter-pressing, whether it's just getting themselves back into a defensive shape and then using that organized press from those positions.
Nicely down onto Mayega, who just tried to slide it through to Kubo, but with no success. Morita, the goal scorer. Yeah, at times it's very reminiscent of the way that Barcelona used to play under Guardiola, where basically said, right, win it back within 6 seconds, I think it was, wasn't it? This is what Japan do very effectively.
Yeah, they certainly do that very well. The counter-pressing game, and when you're a side who are, possession heavy, when you've got a lot of the ball, you have to expect that you'll be coming up against teams who want to sit back and counter-attack. And counter-pressing is a way of trying to prevent that, trying to stop that transition, because you're essentially going, we're here, we're close together, we're pressed high up. The moment we lose it, can we win it back? And that does a couple of things. One, it prevents that transition. The other also helps you perhaps create opportunities of your own.
Morita just tried to slide that through to Kubo. Wasn't able to do so. And Jahanbakhsh clears, although not very far. When he found Endo, just managed to poke it out to Maikuma. Battle there with Mahebi on that far side, and Mahebi wins the battle. His shirt pulled as well, but still got the ball. Still got it. They'd probably rather have the free kick, to be honest. As Japan can come again, it's Doen in possession. They do work it very intricately on the edge of the penalty area, Japan. Shot from Morita was charged down. Morita again. Ito. Beaten to it. And then manhandled this man to the ground. Free kick of Iran.
Well, Morita is having a very good start to this match. You can see there's a tug of the jersey there from Jahanbakhsh, actually. But it's gone his way. It's been given us a free kick to Iran. But just, again, when you think about that goal, how Japan actually created that space in the middle. Iran was so compact, and Ibrahimi and Estelahi were just sitting in there. One Morita, there was peel out to the left-hand side, drag Estelahi along with him, and that created that space in the middle. Led it to Ueda, and then continued on his run. He wasn't tracked, and he went on to eventually go and find a finish.
Hanani will bring it out for Iran. Minutes gone nearly, things look whizzed by. Nice ball back to Vesayan, but the flags up. Be a throw for Japan.
Very comfortable for Japan, that. sitting in that 4-4-2, also in the mid block, very compact, quick to shift across laterally. And Maeda is taking contact from Rabin Rezayan. Maibu. Players going for it, both with their studs up.
He's completed 15 league appearances for Celtic, Tyson Maeda. One of his former coaches described him once as a machine, just because he keeps going, and you can see why that's a pretty accurate description.
It's just his work rate is just incredible. And he's so explosive as well, those fast twitch muscles. Very quick. You normally think with players like that who play at a high intensity with those fast twitch muscles, they don't tend to last very long in games, but he's got the ability to do these repeated runs. It's just incredible fitness levels.
It's one of those guys, I bet he never sits still. Surrounded by 3 white shirts, Kubo did brilliantly to keep it and find a teammate with it. Takura. Moran, back to Itakura. Support from Morita. And now Ito, they are spreading it left to right and back again. Japan using the full width of the pitch here. Itakura. Just waiting, aren't you, for that little ball down the line. Just too much on that. Either a free kick or a goal kick, either way. That attack comes to nothing.
Let's keep the defensive discipline in the shape well this time around, Iran. Somebody doing a good job just getting his body in the way.
Now it's Japan's turn to press. Was that out? It was. Ito not in a hurry here to take this throw. Finally gets a runner. Oh, that wasn't a great challenge by Jahan Bars. It's left Kubo in an absolute heat.
Look at that from Japan though. Look at that. They were looking for a free kick. It wasn't given. Maeda quick to shut down. The referee was well positioned. Happened right in front of him.
Not sure why it wasn't given. You see the replay.
He's let a couple of things go, hasn't he? Which is not something we're necessarily used to seeing from this referee.
No.
But hey, listen, I don't mind it at all. It allows the game to flow. It's not disrupted.
Yeah, he put 7 in the first match that he officiated in this tournament. Since then, he's kept his cards in his pocket for the most part. It's the one so far for Itakura. Ito's throw. Skewed off Jahan Barsh's boot, but didn't cause a problem for Iran. Well, maybe a good thing for Maikuma, the referee wanted that taken again, because he was sprinting back to get into position at right back. Not the script that Amir Illinois wanted in the first 38 minutes here.
It's a tough one for him now. It's a tough one for Iran, because you look at Japan's organization being so difficult to break down in the last couple of matches. They squeezed the spaces very well. So organized.
Heavy. Couldn't really manage to have any kind of sustained possession, Iran, but they might have found a way through here. What a chance. They may not get too many, and Udus couldn't hit the target. all of a sudden it opened up for him. Japan had gone AWOL defensively. Look at the gap there. Poor jump as well by Itakura. Wasn't far away, but
one of the ways of getting in behind them and creating opportunities. Saman Hodus just a little bit too strong for Itakura. Gets caught underneath the flight of that. Decent chance. Didn't test Suzuki.
Metre or so wide. And just a warning for Gini Moriyasu's team. Iran do carry a threat.
Well, perhaps that's a way for Iran to get themselves back in this. Not with the short passing, trying to play it through the middle, but longer passes forward, put that Japanese backline under pressure. Get into a physical battle with their central defenders. Played into the channels. See if they can keep up with the pace and the power.
Referee just giving Zion Suzuki the hurry up there. We took that goal kick. Yeah, Iran have won all 4 of their matches today. Started with a convincing win over Palestine. 1-0 against Hong Kong, China. 2-1 against the UAE. And then that dramatic penalty shootout. They won, albeit after a 90-minute and then extra time 1-1 against Syria. Well rescued by Maeda. Oh, he came back to win it. That's what we mean by all action, all energy.
Excellent. Just in that short passage you play, you saw Maeda come back to win it, track his runner, come back to win it. That's exactly why he's in this side.
Charging forward here, Makuma. Just let it get away from him a fraction.
Doesn't give you any time on the ball. He doesn't give you a chance to relax. If you're around guys at Maeda, you have to play quick. Let's have a look at Japan in no hurry, very narrow. The front 2 as well, just making sure that Iran can't play through Omid Ibrahimi, that they have to go long.
By Mohammadi. Trying to get Odus involved again. Mohan got a foot in and broke that up. Japan back in possession with the lively Maeda. Not sure that Amir Galinoui there has a massive amount of options from the bench. I mean, I don't think he's going to make changes at half time. But even kind of 70 minutes there or thereabouts, it's not like he's got players to come on who you think, yeah, they maybe could change a game. When you look at the Japan bench, Mitoma and others, Takura last man back, and he got himself in a poor position again. Odus has it for Iran. Just couldn't get there on the stretch. Oh, nearly for Sardar Azmoun. Nearly, but not quite.
Just a bit too much for Sardar Azmoun. He was, it's a full stretch. Straining to get to it. But Itakura hasn't looked strong in the air. And that is something that Iran can look to try and use. So Jahanbach just win the header. So Saman Hodus just earlier have an opportunity with Itakura getting caught underneath. A long pass forward. So an area for Iran to exploit, some hope in that regard, that position on the pitch. Kobayasu in the meanwhile, his central defensive partner, looks very assured, and I'm seeing him just organising things really well out there, making sure that Japan get themselves back into their 4-4-2 shape when they don't have it. He's constantly talking to his midfielders, getting Ritsu Doan back into position as well.
Yeah, that's 2 that Takura has misjudged in the space of 4 or 5 minutes. And that one a moment ago, he seemed to get himself in completely the wrong position. First time he misjudged the trajectory of the ball. A little bit of a worry from a Japanese point of view, albeit with less than 2 minutes of normal time remaining in the first half. There'll be a little bit to add on. We had that fairly speedy VAR check, mysterious penalty check. The Zion. Let's see what the intent was to get Jahanbach through. Pass wasn't quite accurate enough. Mohammadi. Placed up by Maikuma on that far side. That's a bit of help from Bubo. Well, to keep it, it's not a bad ball in. Vieira was back defending. Iran pick it up again. Their best spell. Deep to the far post. Asbun couldn't get on the end of it. No foul. Referee happy with the challenge. Estelahi. Eventually, it comes to now for Iran. But more encouraging signs in the last few minutes for Galanois.
Yeah, definitely. And they're using these longer passes, these diagonals now. Out again. Nothing in there. Really very soft. Asbun just feels a little bit of a touch on his left arm. He goes down. Just hoping the referee is going to give him something. There's nothing in there. Nothing at all. But Iran just switching it up. Ibrahimi is not able to receive from his two central defenders in between the lines. He wants a VAR defend. Of course he does.
He's not going to get it. Actually, I thought that was very savvy defending from Mike because he's nowhere near as tall as Moon, who's 6'2". But he just used his body just to ease him very gently, but significantly out of the way, so he couldn't get to it.
Yeah, these things happen all the time. You don't necessarily have to put a real aerial challenge in there. You just have to make sure that your attacker is off balance and doesn't have a free chance to run at it, or free run at it, I should say, to attack the cross. I was saying Ibrahimi, he's not really being able to receive the ball in central positions in between the lines, so he is dropping outside of it, dropping back, picking it up from his central defenders in a more of a deeper position, and then he looks for those diagonals out, longer passes forward, and that's how Iran are looking to try and get forward here, trying to gain some territory in that regard.
Maikuma, who won the free kick. We're into 3 minutes of additional time. This first half. Ferreira. Ended up by Rosell. And Bosch. Got the better of his man momentarily. So, worst pass through either.
See it once again, Japan aren't really looking very comfortable with these longer passes forward. The direct play is causing them a few issues, losing out in those aerial challenges.
I think if you were you'd be stressing that at half time. So look, this team haven't kept a clean sheet so far in this tournament. I think we've seen a few of the reasons why in the latter stages of this first half. Certainly all hope not lost for Iran, albeit they look almost certain now to go in trailing at the break. Rescued by Kanadi. I think the one thing that maybe Galanois will be disappointed about is they haven't worked Suzuki, haven't tested him at all. The one shot from Odus that went wide, but otherwise he's pretty much had a watch and brief, the Japanese keeper.
Well, that's right. That's Ibrahimi again.
It's right down Suzuki's throat.
Ibrahimi again, just dropping outside of that Japanese block.
Endo.
Just looking at some of the numbers as we head towards half-time here. 31 long passes for the Islamic Republic of Iran. That's another one, 32. Just 21 for Japan. And also when you have a look at the passing accuracy in the opposition half, that's where it's really important. Japan 73.8%, 51.8% for Iran. So that's again something that when they do get the ball forward into the attacking third, they're going to have to make sure they keep their quality in there to try and create even better chances.
Well, the half-time whistle has gone here in Education City. That man's goal, Hidimasa Morita, separates the sides. Excellent solo effort, albeit goalkeeper Bayron Van might think he should have kept it out. That's why at the break, Islamic Republic of Iran 0, Japan 1. And I don't think Iran can really complain. Japan have looked the more likely, certainly for most of the half, but a few signs towards the end there, Roshan, that Iran are capable of getting back in this.
Yeah, both sides I think actually started the game pretty well. Japan, taking the match to Iran, who just having to sit back in that defensive shape and that setup, eventually find the breakthrough through Morita, and Iran go into this halftime break having to think of another way through.
So rejoin us after the interval. The Japan fans certainly the happier of the two, but still in the melting pot this quarter-final. At the break, Iran 0, Japan 1.
Think that you lost, oh, I will take your hand and we'll rise up from the dust. Oh, here we go, 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 let us heal and grow. You won't be alone, we're unstoppable. Don't be afraid to show what we're going for. This is what we know. Here we come back to life, we're still breathing. Standing up, everybody's gonna see it. Oh, all you need to know is that we're holding on. Even if we fall, we will rise up and we follow the path that we believe in. No, we're not gonna stop until we reach it. Oh, all you need to know is that we're holding on. We rise up from the dust and claim our throne. We rise up from the dust and claim our throne. We all have our reasons why we are on this track. Oh, we all have our burdens, yeah, but we just keep on fighting and we never look back. Here we go, 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 let us heal and grow. You won't be alone, we're unstoppable. Don't be afraid to show what we're going for. This is what we know. Here we come back to life, we're still breathing. Standing up, everybody's gonna see it. Oh, all you need to know is that we're holding on. Even if we fall, we will rise up and we follow the path that we believe in. No, we're not gonna stop until we reach it. Oh, all you need to know is that we're holding on. We rise up from the dust and claim our throne. We rise up from the dust and claim our throne. We rise up from the dust and claim our throne. Empty hearts and neon lights. They're playing with my mind. Gotta get out of here tonight. Oh, I wanna run off and fly. And I'll tell myself it's fine to be alone. Just to find somewhere that finally feels like home. Oh, oh, oh. I hate all this overthinking. Oh, 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 oh. The more I swim, the more I'm sinking. Take me to a world of silver. No more heartbreaks, tears, painkillers. Take me somewhere unfamiliar. Bring me back to where we started. Get me out of now. To where we started. Get me hearts and starting fights, turning truth to lies. Gotta get up, stop wasting time. Yeah, I wanna run off and fly. And I tell myself it's fine to be alone, just to find somewhere that finally feels like home. I hate all this overthinking. The more I swim, the more I'm sinking. Take me to a world of silver. No more heartbreaks, tears, painkillers. Take me somewhere unfamiliar. Bring me it's so dark out here in space. And it's been so long since I've seen a face. My eyes are shut, but I can see the void between you and me. And I feel like I'm going insane. Help me, is anybody there? Save me, I'm running out of air. Calling out Mayday. Calling out Mayday. Far from the sun, beyond stars, I hear their song. They're coming closer, talking without sound, calling me home. Calling out Mayday. Calling out Mayday. Save me, I'm running out of air. 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 Darling, I've been tempted by the darkness, telling me that I should throw it all away. Felt so hard, my heart is hardly helpless. Found myself so desperate on my knees to break. And I hear the voice of an angel telling me not to lay it down. And I feel the spirit guiding, telling me not to give up. Hold on to every promise I've been praying for at night. Hold on to every promise, won't surrender, not tonight. The shadow rises down through the valley, but I won't let nothing take my heart away. I recognize the powers as they rally, call the names, I break them one by one and face to face. And I hear the voice of an angel telling me not to lay it down. And I feel the spirit guiding, telling me not to give up. Hold on to
I'm actually a little bit surprised we haven't seen more of Ali Khalizadeh, especially with the quality that he has, his ability to take on defenders.
So Iranian free kick looking for Mahebi, who won it well. I'm not sure they really trust the goalkeeper. Tomiyasu put it out, and Suzuki was kind of coming for it, but without any real conviction.
You look at that again, and you look at where Mohebi was, got to the ball ahead of Itakura. And they played their pass into that area. Again, Itakura just losing out on an aerial challenge.
Centre half not having his best match. A goalkeeper under pressure. Can Iran find a way to capitalise? They have started the second half really well. Put the curse on them there, I think. That wasn't a great effort from Estelahi. But hope, Mohammadi rather, but hope still springs eternal for those Iran fans. It's not really in Japan's DNA to try and adopt what we hold policy and sit on this 1-0 lead, is it?
No, it isn't. But this is better from Iran in terms of the starting position. Higher up, looking to try and disrupt Japan's play out from the back. The issue is Japan have this sort of technical quality and the ability to play out from that pressure.
Itakura in trouble again. That's an excellent save. Well, he has come to the party. The flag is up on the far side. But every time they attack Itakura, either in the air or on the ground, Iran are reaping dividends.
I've been saying it for a few minutes now. He is in an offside position as it's played through, but this is really not convincing at all from Itakura. Look at how easily he shrugged off the ball by Azmoun. And he doesn't know the flag's going to go up, so he has to defend that. He's been pushed away. He just doesn't look like he's in this game at all, Itakura.
Actually, a decent save from Suzuki, even though it wouldn't have mattered, but he didn't know that. Might just do his confidence a bit of good. Rita going towards it, but the handbosh got there first. Haven't really had any kind of possession in the second half so far, the Japanese. And all Iran. Maybe now. Oh, and a 3! Should have scored. You expected the net to bulge. It was beautifully delivered, and he couldn't hit the target.
Good chance. Really good chance. Great movement from Ueda. Just goes in between Shoja Khalilzadeh and Milad Mohammadi. Goes into that position. And keep his header down.
Our ball back, thank you. Ito will take the throw. Just a bit too high for Maeda. On a corner? No, goal kick.
Well under pressure there, Ramin Rezayan. Needs to win a goal kick. 2 players on him. As Maeda, who's also had a good game.
It's got beaten in the air there, Maikuma. Got a bit of a bang in the face as well, actually.
I like that Iran are using their physicality up front, using their power. Was playing to their strengths. Absolutely no issue with just playing these longer passes, bypassing the midfield, and challenging, making it a physical battle, a physical contest, and then looking for those second balls.
Yasu, well behind teammate, but that wasn't quite as accurate. Straight through to Elvad. They've stolen it again, though. Moving it quickly. Japan, great chance here. It's neither shot nor cross in the end, really. I think it probably was going for goal, Kubo, but it wasn't very close. This was
Watch this,
a little
Maeda.
clumsy, wasn't it?
Maeda again. It starts from him. His work rate is just incredible. It's him who starts the press once more. Ibrahimi thinks he's got a lot of time on the ball. Maeda on the blind side takes it away from him. And then there's an opportunity that opens up for Japan and perhaps for Kubo. If it was on his left foot, that might have ended up in goal.
Yeah, just watching the replay, it looked like he might have actually been trying to find Ueda at the far post, but Either way, it was betwixt and between and a let-off for Iran, and it would have been trouble all of their own making. They've given it away so carelessly. Like Kuma, that's one way of controlling it. The Raiders won the free kick.
Very strong play from Yasser Ueda to hang on to it. Excellent the way he just got his body in the way there. Dealt with the physicality. As a free kick was given for this one, Ibrahimi on Makuma. As it went into Yasser Ueda, he's showing that he's got the physicality to hang on to it.
Sakura, once not under pressure. Put away by Suzuki. Too high for Kubo. Nice turn. The trouble here. That's pretty red level. And it had been coming. Lovely ball for him to capitalize on. And a very tidy finish when he had the chance.
The man who's come under so much criticism from Iranian fans online has come up with a huge goal, Mohebi, justifying his selection with his work rate down the left and his finish here. Great pressing, higher starting position from Iran. They forced a longer pass. This is beautiful from Azmoun, perfectly weighted, and Mohebi with the run in behind. Itakura getting caught out once again. That's a super finish. A really good finish. He's not got much space to squeeze it past Suzuki, but he does so well, Mohebi. Lots of tweets being deleted now.
Yeah, Itakura was ball watching, wasn't he? Didn't see the run that Mohebi made. Gets applause from the star man, who sadly for Iran is suspended. Rabi Tarebi. Also be back for the semi-final if Iran get there. That's a lot more likely now than it was a few moments ago. Takura with the footing. The free kick for Japan. Now, how are they going to respond?
It's a bit too physical for the referee's liking. Incredible noise. Iranian fans to my left got something else to shout about now.
Well, whatever Amir Al-Anoui said to his team in the dressing room at half-time has clearly worked, because they really have come out galvanised. Even before the goal, they were the better team in the second period, albeit it's only 11 minutes old. But they have to be careful here. Uber will take the free kick. Very high line from Iran on the edge of the penalty area. It's in Tomiyasu's direction, they didn't get to it. Put in by Morita. No to Endo.
Wow, don't know if you're picking this up, but shouts of cries of Iran, Iran, ringing out around the venue. It's just really given them such a lift.
Oh, nearly absolutely brilliant for Rueda. Get that little back flick in under so much pressure. Almost found Doan with it. Wants to have a go at the fullback. Tough man to stop when he's on the charge, but they'll settle for a throw on this occasion. quickly. Kuma. Bowen. Waiting in the middle, but not fussy of any defenders there, as you can see. Just had it whipped off his toe there, Kubo. Laid off by Odus. Well, that was a little lazy from Jahan Bush. He's controlled it when he really should have been able to take it on.
Nice open contest, great intensity and a tempo to it now.
Doan's touch. Kubo. Doan again. Got past the couple. Referee happy it was a fair challenge on the Japanese number 10. Says that was also okay.
Yeah, I think it's again from Ramin Rezayan, just again trying to get a cheap free kick off the referee.
Kubo stopped in his tracks. And now Iran have a 2-on-2 if they move it quickly. As Moon is waiting in the middle for Jahan Bosch's pass, but it wasn't accurate enough. Might get another chance here. That's too high for Mahebi.
Good defending from Tomiyasu to cut out the cross, because Azmounen made a clever run, trying to attack the near post ahead of Itakura, and that's exactly where Jahan Baksh was looking to put it.
Over down the line. Like a shove it was. But much more of an even contest now, not just in terms of the scoreline. The match was being played first half. Certainly for the first half an hour, Japan in control. Got the goal. Iran have come out in the second period like a team possessed. Deserving of being on level terms. Towards Maeda. Doesn't give defenders a moment's peace. And he has won the corner kick.
A little bit clumsy, that one from Ramin Rezayan here, you know. It's going through the back of Maeda. A little bit risky. Conceding a corner.
Yeah, no VAR check, as far as we know. So Kubo will take this corner kick for Japan. Once again, they've got Yasu and others up from the back. Also convincingly cleared. Doan went in, couldn't really get hold of it. Iran happy just to clear upfield.
It is absolutely fascinating how much the goals have changed the game and the rhythm and momentum of it. You had Japan bossing the possession and looking very good up until they scored, then they set back. Iran were looking for that response. Saw out that first half without really being under threat. And then the second half, Iran get their goal after a quick start to the second. And now it's Iran's turn to just transition into more of this defensive phase of play, with Japan getting on the ball and looking to try and find the breakthrough once more.
Really well to keep it in play on the far side. Kubo, no joy. Cleared away by Berapa. Well in the air by Endo. Now there's no flag, not yet anyway. On the charge here is Azmoun. Can he finish? Still Azmoun, he can! And Iran have turned it around here. Salah Azmoun was the coolest man in Education City. But there's a flag up.
Yep. Let's have a look. Oh, that is close. That is incredibly close. That is going to go down to the semi-automated VAR technology.
Get your slider rule out.
Brilliant stuff from Azmoun. Absolutely beautiful. Lots of space behind that line. Again, using their strengths. Long ball over the top. Long pass over the top. The power and the pace of Azmoun taking him away from that back line. Itakura goes sliding in. And the second challenge as well is not close enough, is not good enough. And how about that finish from Sardar Azmoun? But now, we wait.
And it's a nervous wait for both sets of supporters for different reasons. Because that first replay we saw, it is mighty, mighty tight.
Wow. Well, the on-field decision is that it's offside. But we're still... Oh, let's go. Check complete. There we go. No goal. Unfortunate for Iran.
It's a massive let-off for Japan. Offside by a fraction.
It must have been so close.
It is completely indicative, though, of the way the second half has gone. They've been much the better team when they're threatening again here. Was in space for a moment, as well as Moon waiting for that. Pass didn't come his way in the end. Hubo. Still going. Don't think Doan will get to that, he will. Well, it's a really open end-to-end game now.
Itakura really is struggling at the back for Japan, but they've got a lot of attacking quality forward.
Morita. Defender just did enough. And in the end, Bayernvan didn't have to make a save.
Look at that, give and go. Morita once more. Picks it up in midfield, links up with Maeda. Just couldn't get a clean enough connection. This occasion, mind you, he didn't really get a clean connection on the first goal as well, but he found a way past Bayernvan.
At least that time, Ebrahimi kind of did enough to make it difficult for him to get anything, any kind of velocity in the shot.
Wow, let's have a look at this. Once again, the tech. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. How close is that? It's his
elbow.
It's, yeah, I was going to say something else. Another part of his body. But yes, let's go with it. Let's go with it. With the shoulder or the elbow. Wow.
Well, here come the quick men for Japan. Just hold off because that's dangerous. And steaming in far post was Mahebi. And he only found the side netting from such close range. No one tracked him. Didn't have the greatest of angle. Maybe he should have gone across the goalkeeper rather than try and beat him at the near post.
Yeah, he should have. He should have. It was a very tight angle, but again, it's that run on the blind side of the fullback, Maikuma, and again, it's just a cross sent in. Japan are struggling to deal with this approach from Iran, this direct style of play. Incredibly open at the moment, and there's a real lack of control here in this fixture, which makes it so much fun for us.
Oh, there's a flag. Here is that. Goalkeeper makes the save. The flag has now gone up. It looked like he was off, but you just never know. And you certainly can't take the chance if you're Japan. Yeah,
yeah, this one is very clear that Odus is just offside. What a game. Oh my, what a game of football we have here between these two great footballing nations.
Just to confirm those two changes. So Maeda and Kubo are off for Japan. And Mitoma of Brighton and Hove Albion and Minamino of Monaco are on. And we saw Mitoma come on in the round of 16 against Bahrain, and he's so quick, so direct. One of the greatest dribblers in the tournament. So here's a potential challenge for Iran, but at the moment, the challenge is defensive as far as Japan are concerned.
Well, he gives them a whole other dimension, doesn't Mitoma, in attack. That's better from Itakura. Well positioned, cutting out that pass.
Yeah, he had to too, because he had Asmund waiting right behind him if he'd made a mess of it. Poor control from Mahebi. And that's going to be a free kick for Japan.
Well, he is late. Makes the connection. Iranian subs are still warming up. Doesn't look like he's going to make any changes yet. Al-Noy, pretty happy with the way it's going. I think he's quite happy with the momentum that his side has at the moment. Doesn't want to disrupt that.
Just over 20 minutes to go. Remember, if we're still level after 90 minutes, extra time and even potentially a penalty shootout will follow. He doesn't want that. He wants his team through in 90 minutes. They can get the ball to Mitoma out wide. Would see a test for Galanoi's side.
Ramin Rezaian has had to deal with the speed of Daizen Maeda and the relentless energy of Maeda. He did well in the defensive sense. Now he's got Mitoma to deal with.
Mahebi took off the challenge of Doan. Nice little nutmeg from Odus, back to Mahebi. Going the long way round, should be the keepers. I think he was caught there, which is why it won't be a corner, he'll get the free kick.
Yeah, I mean, the foul on Suzuki, that's good goalkeeping from Zion Suzuki. Let's have a look just here, Azmoun, as he plants his leg, whether he's just injured himself in the follow-through. Now he's back up on his feet, he's okay.
To Endo. Well, what a potential finish we've got here. Last 20 minutes of this terrific game. Fortune swinging one way and then the other. Really hard to pick a winner, and that's just the way we like it. Challenge was just a fraction late. Iran will have a free kick.
That was Kanani just reading it well, going through. Just waiting for the ball. Iran's setup here, the starting shape from Japan's goal kicks is very high. You've got Ibrahimi on Endo, making sure that Japan can't play it through the middle. Very compact, very narrow in those areas, and asking Japan just to go out wide and then looking to try and use the touchline against them for the press.
Roos. Rather hemmed in on this near touchline, Saman Odus. Did well to get out of the cul-de-sac, really. Cross was high and hanging! And that was not far away. What a header that was! Did everything but bulge the net.
There's a lot of work to do here for Azmoun, and he does brilliantly. There's a lot of height on that cross, not much in the way of pace. It's away from goal as well. He's got to generate lots of power and direction all on his own and hold off the defender at the same time. Difficult chance.
Suzuki would not have sniffed it. Just look the ball lightly at the moment, Iran, and Itakura with another unconvincing header. Just about got away with it for the moment. Who slays it off? It's going to be a free kick as Mahebi went down. It wasn't the cleverest of challenges. Once again, referee Marnin keeps his card in his pocket.
You get the feeling, you get the sense that the rhythm of the game is around here. The flow of the match is very much with the Islamic Republic of Iran, and I think the players out on the pitch, they sense that as well. Lovely bit of skill from Mahebi. flicks it in behind. That is a foul, that is a free kick. Just look at the way they are going into these challenges, the way that they are pressing here, Iran. And I think they sense that they could do something special here.
Loose one. First chance for Mitoma to show his pace and his trickery down that left-hand side. He's had a couple of look-ups. Hold it up for a moment, and that's good defending from Jahanbakhsh.
You look at that, you look at Jahanbakhsh go. Tracked back all the way, caught up with Mitoma. Ibrahimi played a big part as well, just to slow it down. That pass from Odus, that diagonal was a little bit over-ambitious. Opened Iran up to the potential of a counter-attack from Japan.
It was touch. Good header that from Ureta. Good will to win it, couldn't get it on target. There wasn't much pace on the cross.
And again, it's a difficult cross really for Ueda to do much with. A lot of time in the air, but he climbs well once again.
Attendance, it's around 35,500, but they're making as much noise as you'd expect a crowd, almost double that to me. Great atmosphere inside the ground. Both sets of fans still with genuine hope of making the last four. Winners will play either Qatar or Uzbekistan next Wednesday. Estelahi, trip, free kick.
Nicely done, so cool in possession, Estelahi. Turns away nicely from Endo. Takes the touch. And now they can put the ball into the area once more. Need a much better delivery than the one we saw earlier from Ramin Rezayan. So those who's just taken over. Referee making sure he's got the distance and the angle right.
Well, the last free kick was a little disappointing. Whether they can do a better job with this one. And have pulled everyone back while the man in the one-man wall. Zuki should have a clear view of this. Held in by a deuce. They got the first flick, but it's no problem. See on Suzuki. See, they're trying to get, just went out of play, they're trying to get Mitoma on the ball as often as they can.
Yeah, they have to. I mean, he's that game-changing player for them. This goes out. Jahanbakhsh is there once again, just to try and put the pressure on Mitoma. Chance to run at Ramin Rezayan.
Just calming things down momentarily. They played at a breakneck pace in the second half of this quarter-final. Towards Asbund. Play for him. Still got to that. It's not the worst cross either. Again, unconvincing defending from Japan as Iran got behind to the byline. Done that repeatedly in this half.
Walk on a longer pass, win the second ball. Just what Iran did there. Asbund picking up the second ball, and they were able to just, since they've got that territory, construct an attack.
Actually goes long. Get the flip that time, but they will get the ball. Now the test for a Japanese defence that's just creaking a little bit. Deuce to deliver. The heavy will certainly be one target. We've seen something that is a chat as Moon. Yasu being spoken to.
The referee is just making sure that there's no issue there, because you have Ibrahimi hanging around Zion Suzuki. He's just saying to him, make sure you don't touch the goalkeeper.
So many bodies, so much holding, pushing, shoving. Deuce with the in-swinger then, trying to hang it up, put Suzuki under pressure with that Japanese goal. The chance here. Well, the crowd, I think, wanted a handball. I think that was a little wishful, to be honest. Not sure it was anywhere near the arm.
Well, it will be looked at in the background. They don't have to worry about that. That's what VAR is for. They're always watching, always looking. George Alexander is adamant that that hit his arm. Decent effort from Shoja, by the way. On his left foot as well, coming down on the volley.
10 minutes to go. On it brilliantly again, the heavy. Yes, they're only half away. The heavy and as Moon in the air have been exceptional this match so far. Here it is.
Oh, well. His arm is right beside his body. So, yes, it's in a natural position.
That's a foul on Goman. Seen them given, though. So.
You just never know these days with handball and VAR. That's the thing, that's the difficulty with it.
On wide. Morita. Goman can do is keep it in. He's done very well, actually. Looked in by Makuma. Again. This is Goman. The worst cross, and that's very cool defending, because he had Mitoma coming in right behind him, and he's managed brilliantly, really, Rezayan, to get it back to his keeper.
Brilliant from Ramin Rezayan. Feeling a bit of cramp, perhaps. Just needs a stretch. Well, he's essentially having to put in lots of work, lots of minutes. Moharami's out, and that right back slot is all his, Ramin Rezayan, and he's actually done very well this afternoon. Some concern with Ramin Rezayan, whether he'd be able to keep with the pace and the energy of Japan's attacks down that side of the pitch, and he's not just kept up defensively, but he's offered something in attack as well.
Still haven't made any changes. We're 82.5 minutes in this quarter-final. Done their team proud today. Well, both sets of fans have, actually. Win, lose or draw. Jahanbakhsh shepherded out by Ito. Jahanbakhsh has done really well. Can he deliver? Didn't get enough on it. Not cleared very far though, and the follow-up shot from Estalahi just kept Suzuki honest.
Oh, have a look at the technique. So sweetly struck by Estelahi. It's such a difficult ball to hit on the half volley. Skips up off the turf as well. He angles his body, gets it on target. He's done well, at least to make Suzuki do some work.
Well, neither team playing for extra time here, that's for sure. Both going for it.
I think incredibly important for Islamic Republic of Iran as well. They're involved in extra time against Syria, going all the way. I think they'll want to try and avoid extra time here if they can. And they're on top right now. They are on top, and when you're on top in these matches, you want to try and make sure you're able to strike and really take advantage of the situation.
The Hambash will swing it long. Lucas amongst those jumping, not behind for a goal kick. He thinks it should have been a corner. Referee had other ideas.
There's another look at that. Brilliant. Went to the corners enough, but it was a good effort considering how difficult it was.
Grumbling from the Iranian fans, and that's the way behind the goal to our left, resonating around the whole stadium here.
No chances for Japan to play through the middle. Very disciplined. Ibrahimi, instead of playing that defensive midfield role, has actually been pushed forward just to pick up the deepest lying midfielder for Japan. Make sure they've got no access through the central areas, but they have to go out wide.
Really managed to get October into the game since it came on. Had that one run where it was well tackled. Other than that, not been able to make his mark so far. Minamino, you can say the same.
Morita and Endo just in the cover shadow of Azmoun and Kudus. No passing angle, there's no passing lane into them. Morita now, it opens up for him as Endo just takes Kudus away. And look at that, Mohebi helping out.
Yeah,
swooping in and winning the ball.
Morita losing it. Just maybe all their players look like they're running out of energy a little bit. Have to keep going potentially for another 30 minutes if they can't sort it out in the next 4. But we're getting to the point now where you think next goal wins. There was no flag. Keeper's come. Oh, he hasn't made it. He hasn't made it. Now then, a deuce. Well, they scrambled it away for a corner. Well, that was, again, Suzuki looking nigh on.
No problem with that. He's onside. Ramin Razan is onside. No problem with that. Mike Kuma is playing him on. I think he might just have gotten to this first. You can see the angle of the ball.
Yeah.
Look at the angle of the ball and the direction of travel. He gets to that first. He's okay. He's okay, Suzuki.
He gets there, but I mean, it could have gone absolutely anywhere. Could easily have played his team into trouble. And there's more pressure to come with this corner.
Well, it looked like he was okay. And that last angle only puts a little bit of doubt now.
It seemed to us that he got to the ball first.
It looked like he did. Just looking at it from the direction of travel of the ball, and it just makes sense that Suzuki got to it ahead of Azmoun.
They did look at it, no problem, but it will just be a corner. But if they hang this under Suzuki's nose, who knows what's going to happen. Or he was susceptible against Bahrain in this kind of a situation. Rezayan will take it. And with everyone back inside their own penalty area. The away swinger from Rezayan. Disappointing delivery, you'd have to say, not to beat the first defender. This is Jahanbakhsh. This is a bit deeper. scooped back into the danger area, missed everyone.
Heavy moments for Japan's defense. Every time that ball is put in the air, into the penalty box. Certainly favor Iran to go and win the aerial duels. And the numbers back that up as well. Winning the majority of those aerial duels.
Zuki's clearance. No man got a touch on it. Endo able to go on with it, then he got another touch. All a bit of a scramble.
Good tackle, great tackle.
Referee's got to have eyes everywhere at the moment. They're heavy. Taken on by a deuce. Is this the moment for Iran? A deuce's cross. Look at that anywhere. Scrambling again though, Japan. Back it goes, not very far. His effort cleared away easily enough. Pressure might stay on though. A deuce again. Had a very good second half. Well, all eyes in a moment on the fourth official to see how many additional minutes are going to be added. Spikoma miscues the clearance. And Bash. Only 4 minutes to add.
Okay. Well, I guess we haven't had too much in the way of stoppages in this one. Second half. Wild effort from Jahan Bash with that shot. Still time for at least one more chance, I would think, for either one of these sides.
Suki launches it long. Ueda beaten in the air. Can't remember a match in this competition where a team has gone 90 minutes without a substitution being made, but the case here for Iran.
I was just looking at the team as well, seeing if I've made a mistake, and indeed there haven't been any changes. It's incredible when you think about it, how brutal the schedule has been. That extra time and going to penalties in that round of 16 match for Iran.
Foot in Ueda, but in the end it'll be an Iran throw, and it looks likely now that both coaches will have to start in their heads planning what they're going to say to their players heading into half an hour of extra time. But to say, still a couple of minutes to go for that eventuality. Bash. Switching to that right-hand side, and Ito had to concentrate. Now then, they find the first flip from this long throw. March is just going to hold this as far as he can towards the penalty spot. Now he's trying the ball. He's going to be aiming for Malahi, the number 6. Quite go as far as that. Was nodded on by Alizada, but hand half clean. Back it comes. Oh, they got themselves in a mess here. Now then, that's a penalty. That is a penalty. And in the last minute of stoppage time, Iran had the chance to win it. in a better position, Barney. Bernardi went down. And I think there was only one decision for the referee to make. It will be looked at, of course, but I'm not sure there's going to be a video reprieve here for Japan.
He's had a nightmare of a game, Itakura, and it's a mix-up there. He's gotten caught underneath the header from a heavy back in. A mix-up between Itakura and Tomoyasu, and he's given the penalty away with this rash challenge. He panics. Kanani, credit to him, identifying the mistake, pouncing on the mistake, getting the penalty. Iran have to calm down now, checking this as well, but they were celebrating like they've already scored it.
Yeah, and it looks like it's going to be a deuce to take it. But once the check's complete, the check is complete, I think. Well, imagine the pressure here on Samana Deuce. We're in the last minute of stoppage time. And he's got a penalty, one kick, to take Iran into the semi-finals. And Zion Suzuki, Japan's goalkeeper, who's had so much criticism, has the chance to turn it round completely and be a hero here.
You look at Majid Hosseini there as well, doing some coaching from the sidelines. It's a shame that he's going to be out. He's been missing with injury. He's such an important player for them.
Well, Odus has given the ball to Bill Barsh here. So it's clearly a change of mind. So the 30-year-old, with the weight of the nation on his shoulders, to put the Islamic Republic of Iran into the semis. All down to Suzuki from a Japanese point of view. Can he keep his cool? Had to wait a long, long time. Here goes Johan Bashi, and Iran are through. He's buried the penalty, and the crowd here have gone absolutely berserk. He barely thumped it in, and they've come from behind to lead.
Wow! What an incredible moment for Iran. This immense challenge ahead of them, coming up against the best team in Asia, a side that they struggle against, a nation that they've looked up to. They are on the brink here of a glorious result.
You cannot take a penalty any better than that. And given the circumstances, even more credit. He went the right way, Suzuki. Never had a prayer.
So much pressure, and the technique under that sort of pressure from Jahan Baksh. Look at how much it means to them, to the players, to their fans. Can they hang on now?
Estelahi milking it. They've just got to concentrate for another minute or so. Been a whole host of substitutions going on here.
I put Mao Hosoya on of Japan. Another attacker in that's just got to go for it now.
Ruzbek Cheshmi will come on for Iran. Number 16 there, Mehdi Tarabi. What an incredible match. Just when we were setting ourselves for extra time, we get this drama. As Moon has been withdrawn. Karim is on as well, who's a striker now. Not sure he's going to play anywhere close to up front. It's going to be another body to get in the way of Japan, who have probably got, well, best part of a minute maybe, to try and find the unlikeliest of equalisers. Asano is obviously coming on. We saw him to good effect against Bahrain when he came off the bench.
They brought on Roosbert Chesney as well, just to slot into that central defence. He'll be sitting in there. Wouldn't surprise me if Iran go with a back five here. The 5-4-1. Not even Sarifat just up front, but Japan just launched it forward.
More like 10-0-0, I think. They're all back behind the ball. Anywhere will do, unless they get a breakaway, of course.
Ebrahimi go.
Yeah, Ebrahimi just needs to keep it. Stay by the touchline, or find the corner flag, or find a colleague. Man have to get it up the other end of the pitch. Who knows how long Harding is going to add. Originally it was only 4 minutes, of course then we had the penalty drama, but we've played 9 now. Is there one last chance for Japan as they go long? That'll come out and play harmlessly. Well, in fact he dives on it. Van might have let that out for a goal kick. But I think Moriyasu knows that the game is up. He is just seconds away, Kalanui, from a place in the last 4. It's all over. And Iran have upset the odds. They have knocked out the best team in Asia and the pre-tournament favourites. And they are into the semi-finals. And some of them can't quite believe it. What a dramatic ending. After Mehebi had levelled in the 5th minute of stoppage time, the penalty from Jepang has given Iran the victory in an astonishing match at Education City. Iran 2, Japan 1.
A classic. An AFC Asian Cup classic, this one. What a result for the Islamic Republic of Iran.
And when Japan look back on this, Roshan, they were nowhere near as effective in the second half as they have been in the first. But I think for that you have to give Iran credit. They came out like a team possessed.
Absolutely right. And they came out a completely different attitude, a completely different approach and a setup. They pressed high, they went more direct, using their strengths. They knew they would win the physical battle, Iran, picking up those second balls. I mean, it's such an emotional moment for them. They absolutely deserve to celebrate this, Iran. It's going to mean so much to these players. It's going to mean so much to the fans here. It's going to mean so much to the people back home. Just look at the pictures. Just look at the pictures.
They are tears of joy from the Iranian fans. They're going to be sticking around to see their side in the semis, where they'll face either Qatar or Uzbekistan on Wednesday evening. Tears of disappointment for the Japanese supporters. But their side just didn't do enough on the day. And it's Iran against the odds who we will see in the last 4. We now know 3 of the last 4 in this Asian Cup. You won't see a match quite as dramatic as this. Final score, it's finished Iran 2, Japan 1.